Terrific Thursday continues on Dalal Street as we start the final 120 minutes of what has been a wonderful weekly options expiry session, particularly if you are a bull. You're watching Midcap Radar live from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal studios. I'm Hormas Fatakia. With me, as always, is Vivek Iyer. Vivek, good afternoon. It's turning out to be a good afternoon indeed.
Terrific Thursday, you put it perfectly. It's a strong, broad-based rally that we're seeing across all of the indices. Benchmark indices doing very well. The broad end of the market doing very well. Advanced decline ratio very, very strong. Absolutely nothing to complain about this Thursday. But we have quite a lot lined up on the show. Let's start off with the top headlines. Stocks see a broad-based rally with heavyweights leading the charge after US Fed holds on to its rate cut outlook. IT services and autos are the big gainers, while industrials and power drag. Mid-cap index too near the day's high.
After Aditya Birla Group's Hindalco, now Adani Enterprises has ventured into the cables and wires business after Ultratech with a joint venture. Analysts see the entry of big guns impacting growth and profitability of the incumbents.
Paytm, week in trade. The cabinet extends incentives for UPI transactions up to 2,000 rupees for small merchants. Jeffrey says the approved incentives are half of last year and could result in a proportionate fall in adjusted EBITDA.
CLSA is bullish on Zee Entertainment with an outperform rating, 170 rupee price target. The brokerage says that the risk reward is highly favorable with valuations at rock bottom. It expects the stock to double in the next 12 to 24 months.
NCC gains in trade after it secures a 2,100 crore rupee order from Andhra Pradesh Capital Region Development Authority to construct roads and allied construction activities on a lump sum contract basis. Stock up over 2%.
$23,170 on the index now at the highest point of the day, building on to the gains. And how is the Nifty 260 points higher on the index? And this is despite the lack of contribution from the Nifty Bank. The broader markets, barring a pocket of the cables and wires companies, are also continuing to do well. In fact, the Nifty Bank too is now perking up in the trading session. The mid-cap index, after a bit of a hiccup at the start of the trading session, is doing well for itself as well. But we'll get to the markets in just a bit. We begin the show by focusing on Mahindra Lifespaces. The company recently signed a license deed for a 19-acre land parcel in Tamil Nadu. Now, to discuss this and more, Amit Kumar Sinha, who is the Managing Director and CEO at Mahindra Lifespaces, is joining us now. Mr. Sinha, good afternoon. Thank you for joining in. If you could tell us more about this land parcel that you have acquired in Tamil Nadu. When do you expect this to start accruing into you? What is the kind of revenue potential that you are seeing from here?
So thank you for having me. I think this is a land parcel that we have sold to Nihon Park Rising. So this is part of our industrial business. As you know, industrial business, we have 5 parks, including the one called Mahindra World City, which is a partnership with Tamil Nadu government, TIDCO. So we have multiple marquee multinational clients who have found our industrial parks very attractive to set up their businesses as part of China Plus One, Bangladesh Plus One strategy. So Nihon is a very is a major Japanese client and had been looking at India participation for quite some time. And we had the perfect land for them at our World City, Chennai. So this is part of their entry into India in a significant way. So it is part of our industrial business, which is quite big for us. 19 acres, that means they will set up a large investment in Tamil Nadu to support Indian as well as global requirements.
Mr. Sinha, actually that clears quite a bit of doubts that we had regarding this particular development that you had put onto the exchanges. So what we understand is, as part of the lot of land that you hold in the Mahindra World City, this is one particular lease agreement that you signed with a Japanese client. So now give us the contours of this particular agreement that you signed. What is the period for which this particular lease agreement has been signed? What is it an upfront payment that you will be receiving from your client, or is this an annuity-based payment? And also, along with that, Q4 has been quite solid in terms of news for your company. Anything else expected in the last 10 days?
So let me answer your question. So you're right. This is a sizable deal. The 19-acre parcel would be quite substantial for any company. The contours of the deals are one-time lease payment, as we call it, but it's a sale payment. So they pay us, let's say, X amount, and given this is Q4, we are in the quarter end period. I can't go into the specific details of the deal term, but it's a one-time payment. And then as they come in and they own this land parcel for, let's say, 99 years of lease, there is something called O&M, operations and maintenance, that we charge to them on a per acre basis, on a monthly basis. So that's the recurring annuity business, but that tends to be not major. The upfront payment is the major part of the contribution. So that's how that's being designed. But Q4 is going to be hopefully good for all of us. We are working hard towards closing it, but we are in the final stretch. A few deals, efforts underway will hopefully close the year in a solid footing.
Mr. Sinha, once again, thanks for clarifying that as well. So, could you give us a sense that come FY26, when they do come on board, with them and along with the other clients at Mahindra World City, both in Chennai as well as Jaipur, what will be the total percentage of top line that the rental part of the business or the annuity part of the business that has O&M, what will be that proportion? And also FY26, what is the expected top line? So that will give us a sense of what is the kind of growth we can envisage.
Yeah, so let me just highlight. So I'll give the industry. We have residential business and industrial business compared to some of our peers who have residential and commercial. And commercial has a bigger annuity business because you don't sell those office assets. You get lease premium every month. In our industrial, as I explained, you get an upfront payment, which is called lease premium, but it's actually a sale for perpetual lease. So slightly different. For our industrial business, we have 5 industrial parks, including Chennai, and we have Chennai World City and Origins Chennai, World City Jaipur, and then we're going to bring to market Pune, and we also have in Ahmedabad. Across all 5 industrial parks and world cities, our guidance has been we will be able to get a top line of somewhere between 400 to 500 crore per year. And it's something that will stay that way for some time before we start to launch any new, let's say, a new industrial park. And that will continue to be there. It's an attractive business for us. In terms of F26, I think that guidance is quite clear that we are trying to get to 400 to 500 crore in that business.
Among commercial and industrial, residential and industrial, which one do you think will lead the growth towards your FY28 plan? One sentence answer, Mr. Sinha.
Residential will be 80% of our top line, maybe more, because the residential pre-sales is a much bigger part.
Right.
Now, even the revenue realization of the project that we are launching will start to happen in 28, 29. So from a revenue recognition, which is slightly different, even residential business will become significant by that time.
All right, Mr. Sinha, thank you so much for sparing time and joining us. Wish you good luck for FY26 as well. We take a short break. Up next, we connect with the management of Tata Communications on their launch of Vayu, which is a next-gen cloud fabric designed to reduce cloud costs. Stay tuned.
Welcome back to Mid-Cap Radar. Well, a bit of divergence seen as far as insurance companies are concerned. Have a look at a lot of the life insurance stocks. A lot of the life insurance stocks today are doing very well in the session. Look at Max Financial, look at ICICI Prudential, HDFC Life, SBI Life. All of these stocks doing quite well in the session today. But what's not doing very well is actually the general insurance names. Some data came out yesterday, and Kotak Institutional Equities actually says that February was not a very good month as far as the general insurance names are concerned. And ICICI General Insurance now trading near the day's lowest points, and that stock is down almost 2%. So within the insurance space, life insurance doing well, general insurance not doing so well. ICICI Lombard, that particular name down over 2%. What's also doing well? Look at telecom. Did see some negative news yesterday, but Bharti Airtel has put that behind it, and the stock now up almost 4%. Bharti Airtel, one of the top gainers as far as the telecom pack is concerned. Vodafone Idea Hormuz continues to sulk.
It continues to sulk, right? It saw some movement from the off the highs of the day yesterday's session as well once the news came out. But some interesting names that are springing up now: RHI Magnesita, That is the top gainer on the Nifty 500. It's up 16% in today's session, and with this surge, it has almost reversed all the losses that it had made so far this year. It was down around about 17 to 18% year to date so far, and with this move, it has nearly reversed all of those losses. 16% higher for RHI Magnesita. Spark is the other one, Sun Pharma Advanced, SPARC. That too is up 14%, and most of these moves have come over the last few minutes. There you can see 14% higher there for Spark.
Even a name like Bharat Forge up almost 5%. It's been an underperformer recently, but Bharat Forge, even as we
is the entire
speak,
defense space that's doing well for itself. But yes, on to corporate, continuing with corporate conversations, Tata Communications has launched Vayu, a next-gen cloud fabric designed to reduce cloud costs and manage multi-cloud complexities. To discuss this, about the new launch and a lot more, Rachna caught up with Bhaskar Gorti, the Executive Vice President of Cloud and Cybersecurity Services at Tata Communications. Listen in.
So Vayu Cloud is both a new branding and a new AI cloud. And under that umbrella, we have brought in over a decade of experience of being a cloud provider. So we were in dedicated hosting, we have done multi-tenant hosting, we have done public cloud hosting. So we have over the years taken the journey of being a full-fledged cloud service provider. We launched Edge a couple of years ago, so we took the cloud to the edge, and now with AI. So all of that together is our Vayu Cloud, which is unified, it's optimized, and it's purpose-built.
Right. So how does it differentiate from an AWS or an Azure or other offerings that are available in the market?
So in a couple of ways it differentiates. Those are just infrastructure and a platform. They are not purpose-built. They're generic platforms that are built for everybody. They are definitely have scale. We are focused on enterprise market only, and we are focused on building specific use cases for customers. We have industry clouds like government, BFSI. So it's very purpose-built and unified. And at the same time, we also bring a cost perspective to it. There is complete visibility and cost control. And we are, 25% or more cost effective in the way we have engineered these products, and we provide services. So we are a complete, true, full service provider.
Like a one-stop shop.
One-stop shop, yes.
Okay. Security is a very big concern with cloud, especially when you cater to purpose-driven solutions. How do you sort of comply with the frameworks of a DPDP or RBI or SEBI?
Absolutely. So security is not something that we have bolted on. Security is natively built at every layer of our, if you look at our digital fabric, it has network fabric, it has cloud fabric, interaction fabric, and IoT fabric. But security is a horizontal. So we have first built security in the platform layer, in the network layer, and the infrastructure layer. And then on top of that, for certain industries, there are certain regulatory compliances. The government has certain guidelines by which we have to do data sovereignty, data residency. So we have those certifications. For BFSI, we have certain RBI, SEBI regulations, so we support that. And then, of course, consumer protection is also an important aspect of it. So we provide security across all three layers, and we provide auditability.
Right. We're also living in such interesting times when AI is evolving every single day. Every day there's a new update. It's so dynamic that we're also quite excited as tech enthusiasts to look at how it reshapes and how it sort of reworks into our lives. How does Vayu as an infrastructure work around, let's say, NVIDIA GPUs, which are demand of the world? How does AI come into the picture here, and it sort of complements whatever's available already in the market?
Sure. So as I said to you, Vayu is cloud, edge, AI. It's a continuum. So AI is a part of Vayu, a cloud offering. Our overall cloud offering brings infrastructure, platform, and then we have using NVIDIA GPUs, but that's only a GPU infrastructure. We have a whole data centers built on top of that, and platforms. So we are definitely supportive of silicon diversity. But we started with NVIDIA. It's NVIDIA certified, and we will add more silicon diversity as time progresses.
You know, off late, in fact, just yesterday there was a report on the performance of Tata Communications and how phenomenal it has been in the past quarter. How does Vayu coming into the picture further take your margins and your profits ahead?
See, it's all about growth. So we have invested a lot in over the years, and especially in the last 2-3 years, in engineering a unified platform. So our growth rates are pretty aggressive, but not unrealistic, is what I would say. And so the growth is
Well,
the big factor.
400% rise in profit was quite unrealistic.
I'm not talking about the profit necessarily, but it's the growth we are commensurate to, we want to beat the industry growth rates. We want to be ahead of the industry growth rates so we get a bit better market share.
So how does Vayu, what is the outlook with Vayu coming in the picture from next quarter? What percentage of growth do you see it contributing to the overall growth rate?
See, we don't split out specific portfolio elements of ours to the market. We talk about what is our digital portfolio revenue and what's our data revenue, and we are part of the digital portfolio. We're part of the digital portfolio, so that's what I would say, our growth ambitions. And believe me, our growth ambitions are pretty aggressive.
That now there's more focus on becoming a comtech rather than just a telecom. Can you take us through that? What is the rationale behind it?
It's our evolution. You look at it as we were a networking company. Then we're into a cloud and cybersecurity. So we are moving forward as the industry is moving, and in some cases leading ahead of it. I'm a cloud and security software product guy, right? So we want to bring people like me and our teams. We are hiring a lot of people here who do know network but are not network people, because it's like I always use this analogy. There are two games, both are played with bat and both are played with the ball, and both score is measured in runs. One is baseball and one is cricket. I don't think any famous cricketer has become a famous baseball player, not a famous. So it's the same thing. So network is a completely different industry. So the expertise in that is definitely there in the company for the last 20 years. So we are on the platform and infrastructure side building the capabilities for the last 10 years, and we'll go forward.
The management of Tata Communications there on their new launch called Vayu. We take a short break. On the other side, we get you our special segment, Midcap Movers, to tell you all of the stocks that are buzzing in the broader markets. And mind you, there are plenty of them. Stay tuned.
I thought, I should leave. I should go back to India. We will figure out what is it that we will do. There was no idea for free will. So I came. Rahul also left at the same time. Then we spent almost a month or two to figure out, okay, now what next? So it always started from the family, then solving some,
the
consumer
business
problems.
Plan, the business plan came later. First,
Always.
But how do we ensure that we're in the
That
same?
has always been the priority. What you see in front of the label is very different than what is on the back of the label.
And then very different from what's actually inside the bottle.
Exactly. I guess so far we are in some 2,000 stores. In next 2 years, we can easily target anywhere between 15 to 20,000, right? When you go deeper into any category, you also understand the good, bad, ugly side of it. It's a misconception, to be honest. I think the percentage of spend required for R&D eventually is much lesser that you need for your marketing. Investing in R&D is much better ROI than always doing it in marketing.
Welcome back. 900 higher on the Nifty, almost 300 higher. Oh, no, sorry, 900 higher on the Sensex and 300 almost higher on the Nifty. But what's leading the charge in the broader markets? Vamakshi is here to tell us just that. Vamakshi, good afternoon.
Well, good afternoon, Hormas. Yes, the broader indices are doing quite well, but not as much as the benchmark indices. Let's first look at some of the stocks that are gaining momentum in trade today. This list includes SCI. That stock is surging by almost 15.5%. KEC International as well, up nearly 8%. And look at the gains on RHI Magnesita. In the last 1 hour or so, that stock has really picked up nearly 15% as well. Emcure Pharma is the next one we're watching out for, 7.5% higher. Apart from that, let's also focus in on some defense counters, because those are the stocks that gained in the trading session yesterday and continue to see some good momentum build on today as well. GRSE, that stock is up nearly 5.8%. So far in the last couple of sessions, that stock has surged by almost 30%. Paras Defense is up nearly 6%. Bharat Dynamics and BAL continue to surge in trade. Apart from that, we also have a few metal names that are flying away in trade today. Look at Welspun Corp, Hindustan Copper, Nalco, as well as Ratnamani Metals. All of these counters are surging in trade. On the flip side, there are some stocks that are losing out in such a strong market. This list includes other housing. We're seeing some profit booking out here. Paytm, another, there's a news flow out there, down nearly 3%. LG Equipment as well as Vijaya Diagnostics are some of the laggards in trade. As a pack, the cables and wire segment is down and out in trade. When we look at KEI Industries, down 13%. Very strong downward moves on Polycab, Finolex, as well as RR Cable.
Thank you so much, Vamakshi, for joining us and giving us a sense of what exactly is transpiring in the broad end of the markets. We are leaving you with mid-cap radar ending on a very, very strong note. The mid-cap, small-cap indices, very strong. Both of them up well over 0.5%. On that note, it's all the time we have on this edition of mid-cap radar. Your stocks when we return.